Glenwood Springs. We got some mining stuff over here. There's a lot of mining, choochin and stuff. Gold mining.
There's a gold mine and mill, Argo. I guess they are. They used to, or they are gold mining. They say that in Idaho Springs, the gold rush actually began. The gold digging began here.
Down up in the Rockies. See a lot of these little church towns here. This is just the warm-up opening act for our climb here.
Start having snow out here at the side of the road. Snow, snow, snow.
We climb higher
and there's the mountain there's got
10,000 feet.
And that one there's got snow.
It almost looks like a ski mountain up here.
Let's see if I can bring that puppy in.
Beautiful. Beautiful but deadly country up here. Trying to think about the pioneers that came through in wagons and steer and oxen and Conestoga covered wagons and horse teams trying to get through here with no roadway. Tough going.
Yeah, I don't want to know how many people committed suicide when they came through here with the wagon and the oxen pulling the wagon.
It's like you can
they had to go through this.
You can imagine, Missy, Jen, you have your whole life in that trailer behind. Imagine if that just pitched off the side of a cliff or something and landed in a million pieces down in a ravine a mile below.
Right,
you just think,
you
would be mighty upset.
I would be at the end of the line.
Getting close to the tunnels.
Loveland Valley. Ski areas here.
Loveland Valley, we're up at what's called the Loveland Pass coming up, so you can see up here. You really got heavy snow on both sides. There's a lot of depth up here. This snow will be up here to June and July at this altitude. And we're almost up at the Continental Divide now. When Jen crosses the Continental Divide, she will really be a true Westerner at that point, because it's all, everything flows to the west at that point. So, like our speed is kind of slow here.
And I can tell you people a little secret. Mamacita is glad when she's gotten through this year and is in California.
I'll tell you, Mamacita's got some really visually stunning scenery ahead at Glenwood Springs, which is thermal springs, and we're going to be going along the Colorado River here, where they actually had to suspend the highway from cables and things and suspend it over top of the river. It's the most expensive 30 miles of highway in the U.S. We're really gonna marvel at
There's people back there actually. There was people back there actually.
And we were just dying because somebody's trying to pass somebody.
Yeah, a semi truck is trying to get another
really
semi truck.
difficult part of the struggle here because we have very little oxygen in the atmosphere. And the engines are really struggling. We've already seen one guy dead on the side with overheating, spewing smoke out this time. What you'll also see is tunnels here for trains and protective sheds that they built over top of the train track, so when it snows, it just lays on top of the roof of the shed instead of covering the tracks. You can see some of these sheds. So I'm going to move over to the right because we are really struggling right now here to maintain our speed, keep cool. Now this is the Eisenhower Tunnel coming up. This is, as I've said a couple times, the highest road tunnel in the world here. We are officially 11,010 feet right now. So we're going to chooch through here. This will be about a mile or so, I think, through here. And it's extremely expensive to build this. So this also puts us across officially the Continental Divide up here.
Time to go downhill?
Yeah, we're going to begin our descent now from the Continental Divide. We're going to drop down to Grand Junction, about 200 miles ahead. That'll be flat. It'll appear as flat land, but we'll still be up around 6,000 to 7,000 feet because all of the west is in high elevation. Really, once you get west of Missouri, you start to climb. So we will be. We got a lot of spectacular scenery ahead, and then we'll be climbing western Colorado, and then
temperature's 39.
Out to Utah. Yeah, we're at 39 degrees up here, so we drop from about 60 to 39. Get that weather hit. The way we're moving through. You see those clouds up there?
Yeah, that weather doesn't look
real promising out there.
Doesn't look too happy, so
I will be happy when we're down off of this, so I am going to pump the brakes a little bit. Missy Jenn taught me the best parts of pedal pumping. So I will keep my speed under control and drop down a gear if I have to. You never know when you get a little icy patch or sweat. And if you're pulling somebody's life behind you in a trailer, the last thing you want to do is have that go.
Yeah, Rosie Girl's got a big responsibility.
Yeah.
She's holding my life.
Holding her life and
everything in her palm of both of her hands.
2 dogs, you, me, all your gear.
Yes, everything.
But isn't it beautiful coming through here? I'll tell you, it's really something. There's few highways like I-70 coming through here. So what I do is just progressively, I never lay on the brake for a long period of time. I just step on it and let it cool a bit and then let off pump. So just got great brakes that have that cooling on the disc fins and all that stuff, so it's all good. Get too much, then we can always drop down to second gear, like a jake brake on a truck. So it's all good.
It does make sense.
Girlfriend, it's all good.
It does make sense sometimes to invest in a more expensive vehicle.
Yes.
And get some good, tough and rough that can.
Well, I tell you what, Jenn, honestly, you made the right choice because they do have the 4-cylinder escapes, and there's no way we could take this journey with a 4-banger in here. We would have been able to make it. But the V6, the high compression V6, gives you about 90% of the power of a V8. It gives you economy. We've had no problem pulling that grade, huh? Nothing at all.
No. It works suits that.
I think we peaked out about 6,000 RPM for a very short stretch.
Yeah, so for the Raven fans, that would have been probably a feast or a heyday.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we had that baby Raven, didn't we? So
6,000 RPM.
What's interesting to note down here is the weather on this side of the Continental Divide is totally different than on the Denver side. Remember, we came through the sun and everything else, and we're all in these, a lot of these clouds and rain won't make it over these mountains to Denver, so it's kind of dry. Denver's
The temperature is rising. We're up to 41.
Right, 41, so yeah, this is very interesting. We're safe, we're sound, we're happy. Jenn felt that gust of wind as we made this corner. Felt like a 70-mile-an-hour blast. Just it is. Because these passes through the Rockies, they act like big funnels that funnel all the air from western Colorado through here to the east. And of course, when you send air through a narrower passage, it accelerates through what they call in physics the Bernoulli principle. So the reality is that sometimes hit you, and you can really feel it hit the vehicle. So that's why sometimes these big rigs turn over and get blasted down. All right. Yeah, I'll be glad to get down off this big. We still got the Wasatch Mountains ahead today, but they're only about 6,000 feet or so, 6,000-7,000. So they're nothing compared to this.
So this is the worst thing of all.
Well, the Sierras are probably the most problematic for us because the advanced weather says there's a cold system from Florida coming down. But the good news is we make our climb very steeply out of Reno and up. So if we have